All right. So this is something I want to talk about. First off, hi, welcome back. If you're coming back, hey, what's up? What's going on, y'all? I know I've been on for a little bit. I was experimenting with different types of videos of how I want to do videos, so there should be a lot more new content coming out. But I'm still learning this game as I'm going. I'm learning to keep this as consistent as possible. Um, as I'm learning different things. So if y'all see me not available, just know I'm like figuring stuff out. But it's November 11th. I want to post a video every single day to December 11th, and then we go look at our numbers, move on from there. Um, if you're just joining, what's up? I'm also going live as I'm doing this video. So let me do this. Let me turn this on. So we're live here and we're recording here. So I'm gonna be reading live chats here while I'm doing this. I'm still figuring stuff out. All right. So the video we're going to be speaking about is going to be the Sweeney thing. Um, basically, I'm very interested in this because basically she apparently is dealing with a lot of controversy, which a lot of people are suspecting why she got um why her movie flopped. And this is related to the American Eagle advertisement. If y'all haven't seen that, basically the jeans American Eagle advertisement. Let me go to that real quick. Let's see here. American Eagle, Sydney Sweeney ad. So let's first look at this, because I'm gonna break it down for you. So let's look at this advertisement first, right?
'Twas a monthish before the holidays, the best time of year, and PetSmart was brimming with
Jeans are passed
Okay, so let's watch this real quick. Where is my screen capture?
down from parents.
Where is it? Why is that not working anymore? Give me 1 second while I fix this real quick. This ain't gonna take long. Here it is. Boom. Okay. We're here. We put this here. Look how fast I'm moving. See, we learning. We are learning. Hey, get away from that cat food. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. My dog's being weird.
Parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My jeans are blue.
Sydney Sweeney.
All right, so
That's
that's
great.
the advertisement. People went crazy off of this because they thought this was like a eugenics thing. Uh, with her explaining she's blue-eyed, blonde hair, white person. People relating this to back in, the era of the mustache time. I don't want, if you know, you know. I don't want to speak about those people. Um, but people are like, this is white supremacy. This is very bad. My personal opinion on it. Um, if that was their intent, yeah, it's bad. But put that. My whole thing was put that on the company, not the actor. Um, because she's just doing advertisement and she could not feel that way. She just get an advertisement. People could say she could have said no to it, but money is money at the end of the day. You don't know what her hustle is or how she gotta make her money. Money is money. So it was kind of up in the air. I think people were giving her backlash, but they were also giving the company backlash. But it was kind of up in the air because she didn't speak on it. Basically, she just kept quiet. Okay, which I thought was a smart move. Right, I thought it was a smart move. I'm not gonna get involved. I'm not gonna pay attention to it. I'm gonna just do my job. But recently, she got on an interview with whoever this lady is, and this lady brought it up. So let's watch this.
The reaction definitely was a surprise, but it was, I love jeans. All I wear are jeans.
I mean, I feel like I've got a lot of weight on my shoulders.
Sydney Sweeney finally breaking her silence on her viral jeans ad.
I'm not here to tell people what to
about genetic superiority.
I've always
Okay, so this
Sweeney
is the part right.
has her jeans.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority.
I've always believed that I'm not here to tell people what to think.
I think that it's just figuring it out day by day. I'm still learning.
The actress admitting the controversy around
I know that I'm a kind person, and so I don't really let other people define who I am.
It just motivates me to want to keep doing more and keep doing better.
I need the interview.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
The criticism of the content.
I didn't think that was a bad response. She didn't say she agreed with it. She didn't say she disagreed with it. She was just like, I don't want to address it. This was even, I didn't even realize this was like a PR tip training thing. Even the media trainer, PR person is like, this was a great way to handle it. Now, people took this as she's racist. People took it as she's white supremacist. She agreed with the thoughts on it. And she is a eugenics white supremacist, or she doesn't fully disagree with that advertisement. Me personally, me looking at this and seeing the response,
You have become very swept up in politics. And so I wondered if that has surprised you as you put your ideas and yourself into art, not commentary.
I've always believed that I'm not here to tell people what to think. I'm just here to kind of open their eyes to different ideas. And so I think that's why I gravitate towards characters and stories that are complicated and are maybe morally questionable, and characters that are on the page hard to like, but then you find the humanity underneath them. And that's what I've always leaned towards.
I think a lot of people feel like
and she's on the fence. This is the problem with it, because she's saying on the fence. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that though. Y'all let me know what y'all think. There's a lot of people who are like, you either with us or you not. You should have just been like that. Advertisement was wrong. I don't agree with that. That's not my intentions. But then, there's the other side of like people are saying she's not even saying she's racist. She's just saying that she did the video. This is a hard one. If it was me seeing how people reacted to it, I would at least put my stance in, I am not racist or I'm not a white supremacist or anything like that. I will at least make that a clear stance. If I was to do an advertisement like that, I'm seeing bad feedback. Do I think at this point, the time of the interview of when she did that interview, she probably should put a stance out there of like, yo, I'm not, I don't support that. If she doesn't support that, I'm not a person who supports that thing. Probably because now this is called steam, and now people are like upset with you. Even though you had like you were just acting, she should put a stance down. I do agree with that. Now, people, because the interview's still questionable, I think she was on the fence and she did her PR thing, which I mean, I don't know. I don't really see a problem with it. I really don't. Because maybe her team was like, do not get your ass involved. Because once you choose a side, now you're a political figure either on the left or the right side. And she probably just don't want to be in that. So I can see why she answered that question like that, because she's like, I don't want to be involved in this. What's up, Tap? want to play skill a brain. But she probably was like, I don't want to be involved in this. And her team was like, the best way not to be involved in it is just not to pick a side. So y'all gotta see it from that point of view as well. So moving on, now they're speaking about how her movie flopped, which I didn't even know she did this movie. Like I haven't even heard of this movie till now.
But Sydney Sweeney's newest movie just became one of the biggest box office flops of all time. The movie is titled Christy, where Sydney Sweeney plays real-life boxer Christy Martin, and it is setting records in the worst way possible. First of all, the movie only made $1.3 million in its opening weekend domestically in the United States, which is insanely low. As you can see, this is one of the top 10 worst opening weekends ever for a film released in over 2,000 theaters across the country, so it's available to go and be watched, but nobody's going. Even though this was the opening weekend for Christie, 10 other films made more money than it at the domestic box office this weekend. And this is Sydney Sweeney's third movie released in 2025, and while Americana and Eden did open up in less theaters, both also had abysmal box office performances. It's not a surprise, there's three very obvious reasons to why this movie flopped. First of all, I saw zero marketing for this. I see tons of movies in theaters every single month, never once did the trailer for this play in front of anything. Sydney Sweeney is simply just not a movie star and definitely not someone that can carry a movie's box office. Like, look at her filmography. Immaculate and Anyone But You made an okay amount of money. Barely in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The only thing she's really known for is honestly Euphoria. Third, Sydney Sweeney's on a PR nightmare lately. Like, she had an interview the other day where the interviewer asked her if she'd like to denounce white supremacy and racism, and Sydney Sweeney dodges the question. She's like, yeah, if there's an issue I care about, you'll know. Like, that's an insane answer. This is crazy, but Sydney Sweeney.
So, yeah, that's the situation with that. Do y'all think she should answer the question a lot more better? Or do you think, what happened, chat? What's going on? Do y'all think she should get answered the question and pick the side? Do y'all think she answered it right and people are tripping out? Do you think the movie was just bad? Did anybody see the movie? Because I've never seen the movie. Because honestly, the PR on this shit was terrible. I didn't even know the movie was out. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Because I'm very curious about it. And yeah, this is the first video of the day. I might get a couple more out if I got time. But if not, please let me know down below what y'all thought of this situation and stay tuned for the next one. Peace.